Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 18th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, earlier this morning at 3:30 South African time, monetary policy meeting minutes out of Australia. We'll take a look at the Aussie dollar in just a moment. And then later this morning at 9:15, ECB President Draghi will be speaking. Okay, just these two events later today. But just before we get to the analysis on the charts, just a few points. The euro continues to rally. GBP is kind of steady. Kind of have a mixed bag in the equity markets. Dow is steady, sell off in the Nasdaq and Apple, and oil continues to slide. So there's a little bit of a mixed bag, but let's take a look at what's been happening. So we're looking here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, we had a massive rally yesterday. Relatively massive, okay, from 116.30-ish level up to 117-ish level, 116.98-ish level right now. And it looked like it wants to continue this rally on the upside, okay? And just be aware, we saw this head and shoulder formation yesterday, but it did not transpire, okay? Right about there, it broke above that shoulder line and then continued rallying, okay? So that's why we need to put stop loss, trades, pending orders to make sure that we don't get hurt. So, and nevertheless, we're looking at this right now. Question is this going to rally? Okay, because this has hit this level several times. If we look at a daily chart, you could see that we've tried to challenge this level of 1690-ish level a couple of times, and we haven't really closed above it. So, ultimately, like to see some formation here that actually will give us that continuation on the upside, because it's really been a very volatile area to trade. Okay, look at that. I mean, we've just been, between two areas, mostly between the 1550-ish level and this 117-ish level. So, ultimately, it's been in a, kind of like a seesaw kind of place. I'd like to see some sort of trending being formed. Now, if we look at the GBP USD, still pretty strong, and it looks like it wants to take it up on the high side. Okay, we mentioned this yesterday that it looks very strong. It was still holding its rally, okay, holding its trend line on the upside, and the continuation was coming along. Looking at the Aussie dollar, so as well, okay, we're trading at 72.68. But again, we need to really see some sort of breakout to really say that this is trending upwards. Now, not much going on in gold over the past week, but if we jump to oil, you'll see that we slid yesterday and then continued to slide a little bit further, 68.40 right here, but not really, making that correction that we were looking for, the 67.44-ish level. Let's see how the things continue to settle down with this Hurricane Florence we had last week and continued this week. Looking at the Dow Jones, we sold off about 100 points yesterday, which is quite mild for the Dow Jones. However, if we look at the Nasdaq, we had a massive sell-off yesterday, okay, really propelled by all the internet stocks, Apple, Facebook, Amazon selling off. So, some of the big bellwethers in the United States selling off, and then, causing some selling pressure on the Nasdaq. The question is how much further we're going to continue making this correction, because, after all, we are still pretty strong in the markets. 74.28-ish level right now. The question is how much further we're going to continue selling off. So ultimately, you got to look for your support level, and right here we're sitting on it as we speak. So the question is, if we do break that support level, with some momentum, we could see it sell off further. However, if it holds the support line, that means that it's can bounce. Okay, looking at the Apple computers, 217 from 229 down. That's a nice little sell-off after its launch of its new phones last week, etc. So ultimately, I'm looking for some sort of bounce, but I'm not getting it. Okay, so if we're closing in on this bounce, as we come to a previous resistance level, subsequent support, you may want to look for that later today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.